Welcome to Wealth Wiz. We provide you with the best financial information and methods for achieving your financial objectives. We have a fascinating video planned for today that is brimming with professional knowledge and useful guidance. Please click the subscribe button, and let's start this amazing journey together if you want to improve your financial literacy and make wise decisions. Hey there, folks. Buckle up because we're diving headfirst into a topic that affects us all. The collapse of a lifetime, as Ray Dalio aptly puts it. Right now, the United States is shaking things up with sanctions. Sanctions may sound dull, but trust me, they're a form of economic warfare, and they're packing a wallop. Picture this. There's a global scramble to break free from the grip of the US dollar. This dollar system, which has been the big kahuna for ages, is undergoing a transformation. India, for instance, is now dealing directly with Russia. Holders of dollar-nominated assets are growing uneasy, fearing that their assets might be seized. But this isn't the first time we've seen such a shakeup. Let's hop in our time machine and head back to 1971. There I was, a young clerk on the bustling floor of the New York Stock Exchange. President Nixon drops a bombshell saying, "We're not going to back the dollar with gold anymore." That led to a devaluation. You know what's crazy? I expected the stock market to tank, but it went through the roof. History loves to repeat itself, and I saw the same script play out when I delved into the history books. On March 5th, 1933, Roosevelt did a similar dance, and voila, we had another devaluation. See, the past is like a treasure chest of knowledge, and I've been minting it for years. My insights helped Bridgewater predict the 2008 financial crisis. So, what's happening today isn't just a rerun, it's a vital piece of the puzzle. Now, let's fast forward to the present day. We're on the brink of a major shift in the world order, and it's like watching heavyweight contenders squaring off. You see, when great powers clash, it's like a pressure cooker, and war in its various forms is always lurking. We've got 5 flavors of war here. There's the trade war, the technology war, the geopolitical influence war, the capital war, which we're right in the middle of, and the ultimate showdown, the military war. When these wars start heating up, nations put their game faces on. They strive for self-sufficiency and independence, and globalization takes a hit. It's not just the stock market, folks. It's about how nations play their cards during these times. All right, let's break it down. When a country runs big deficits, it has to open the spending floodgates. Social programs, defense, environmental initiatives. It all costs a pretty penny. But if you spend more than you earn, guess what? You print more money to fill the gap. And when you keep churning out those greenbacks, you're essentially devaluing the dollar. It's a bit like history on repeat. Remember the 1970s? 2 currency devaluations, and boom, we had inflation galore. So, the stock market, sure, dances to its own tune, but the real deal here is the value of money. Dealing with debt is a conundrum. You can pay it back in hard money or soft money. Paying it back with hard money leads to depression. Throughout history, that method ended up getting ditched, and countries began printing money like there was no tomorrow. Think about how much of your money is tied up in debt instruments, bonds, and such. Trust me, those are lousy assets in this environment. So, how do you diversify? Hey, I've got answers for you. If you've got financial woes, don't hesitate to get a second opinion from the folks at Money Pickle. They're financial wizards who can help you navigate the storm. Now, here's where things get spicy. All currencies are swimming in debt, but when you compare one to the other, it's a race to the bottom. Why? Because currency equals debt. When you hold a currency, you're holding a debt instrument, and they're all on a downhill slide compared to other assets. Will the dollar fall faster than others? It's almost a sure bet. We're entering a new era where different forms of money will tussle for supremacy. Maybe crypto will take center stage or gold will make a comeback. Heck, even the digital RMB might go toe-to-toe with the US dollar. The game is changing, and it's not just about how much money is tied up in debt instruments. It's also about how poor those returns are. That kind of shift is massive, and you need to pay attention. Before we go any further, I just want to thank everyone who has already subscribed to our channel. Your encouragement inspires us to continue producing top-notch financial content. It would be a good idea to click the subscribe button right away if you haven't already. You'll be a part of our expanding community of money lovers who are committed to enhancing their financial security by subscribing. Let's get back to the video. Imagine a world where the rules you've known all your life suddenly don't apply. That's a paradigm shift, and it's a shift in mindset and positioning. See, our old mindset was all about low inflation. We happily held bonds, cash, and stocks without batting an eye. But when that mindset begins to crack, it's a domino effect. Now everyone's diving into bonds, and that creates inflation. The key here is that paradigm shifts are self-reinforcing. Once the selling of bonds starts, inflation creeps in. Interest rates go up and folks start demanding higher wages. It's like a wild roller coaster, and you better hold on tight. Here's where it gets interesting. If you jack up bond and cash returns and tighten the money supply, it squeezes the life out of other assets. Risky ventures, especially long-duration ones like tech stocks, suddenly lose their luster. But here's the catch. Even with this squeeze, we're only looking at a 2% return. Inflation, on the other hand, is running much higher. So, even if you're trying to play it safe, you're losing money to inflation. The Federal Reserve has a tricky task ahead. They need to balance inflation control with the needs of the market and the broader economy. It's like walking a tightrope a mile above the ground. When you're borrowing more money than you're lending and you're drowning in debt, you face a dilemma. Do you pay it back with hard money leading to a depression, or with soft money, i.e., printing more money? The problem is that the trade-off between the two is a nightmare. Spend less, and it becomes even more difficult. You're stuck in a lose-lose situation. This conundrum is what breeds stagflation, a nasty combo of high inflation and a sluggish economy. And that's where the Federal Reserve is stuck. They're damned if they tighten the screws too much to control inflation, and damn it if they don't. In the midst of all this financial chaos, we need an economy where everyone believes in a fair system. We need productivity to soar, and we need to close those wealth gaps. It's not just about money. It's about eliminating internal conflicts and building a brighter future for all. When wealth gaps and economic issues collide, it's a recipe for internal turmoil, and that's bad for business and society. So, there you have it, folks. We're standing on the precipice of a pivotal moment in history. It's as if the very tectonic plates of global finance are shifting beneath our feet, and the ground we once considered stable is now in motion. These are not ordinary times. They are extraordinary. The decisions made today will ripple through economies and financial systems, shaping our world for years to come. In the face of such monumental change, being well-informed and prepared is not just a luxury. It's an absolute necessity. Your financial well-being and security are at stake, and in times like these, knowledge truly is power. If you find yourself concerned about your financial situation, don't let uncertainty paralyze you. Seek the guidance of experts who can help you navigate this tumultuous terrain, make sound decisions, and secure your financial future. Remember, you don't have to go it alone, and there are resources available to provide the insight and support you need to thrive in this ever-shifting landscape. We appreciate you being here today. If you liked what you saw, kindly support us by clicking the like button and joining our channel. By subscribing, you can be sure that you won't miss any of our upcoming information-packed videos. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and coworkers who might find our financial content useful. Let's work together to create a secure financial future.